Alrighty then, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Lago One Half Endure, and I'm doing this simple video in a way, but hey, let's see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna put up a little bit of like a little caveatish, a little bit, if you want to say that, like again, because people come to the channel and see certain things. So as I said, words don't bother me. If you want to call this damage control or whatever, call it that. Don't bother me. I don't, but I like to point out stuff to people. So that's the whole name of the game. So now I want to talk. I am going to be bringing out a specific YouTuber who made a video, which I saw a couple of videos. One of them was from Mr. T this morning. Then I saw another video from Grim Apache. Now, Grim was on my podcast in podcast 28. He was on there, and he talked, and I explained to him about what's going on. But people are saying that, people were saying, he's saying, oh well, there's articles about that. Yeah, like I trust most articles. No, I don't trust most articles because everybody spins the thing. Now, is there? And I've said it before, there is an anti-bias against Nintendo for some weird reason. As you can go to Dr. Fugo's channel, and you can see he put up an article where Kotaku did a clickbait talking about ARMS don't have the legs to blah, blah, blah. But in 2 weeks, it sold 1.18 million. In 2 weeks, it sold that much. Oh, well. And let's put it in perspective. Nintendo don't spend, as I said in the thing, they don't spend 50, 60, 70, 100, $200 million to make games. They spent majority games. Zelda is the closest that came up to 50 million. Below that, everything is relatively in their size. So when the Nintendo they make sure that their money, they make it back with the games they make. If it's not gonna be successful, okay, but at least let's try to make our money back, so it don't be a total loss. So that's what they do. What up, Cherry Goblin? That's good, man. He's Cherry. I got Mario Golf for GameCube at a mom and pop shop for $4. It's a great game. Hey, man, I'm happy you enjoyed it. Now, my thing is this, like I said, as I always state. So let me point out this to and when he's listening later on, because I'll tag him into later. I'll point out this to Grim. Happy that you, as I said to you in that thing, I made a mistake in pointing out, but I'm happy that you call out you said his name in there, because in that video he was saying, hey, telling OJ to call out him or call out Middle Dave, whatever. So I'm not into this. I'm not trying to get this drama things, whatever. But we're gonna state some stuff, of course. So that's what's going on with that. Now I have a video that I'm going to put up, which I'm gonna say when I had Grim and his friend Keys on the podcast. Did you see how Dragon Quest 11 sold more than? Yeah, I know it sold more than 3DS than the PlayStation 4. Basically, it was a million seller for the 3DS and then the PlayStation 4. But still, good game. What up, Melman? So let's put this. Like I said, I'm happy that he did point out this. Like I said, I don't want to start on the job, but anyway, I have a video that I'm going to put up that Grim was on. That I'm going to tag him in as well too, because it was when him and Keys was on my podcast. And Keys asked a specific question. He was right. I'm gonna prove, and like I said, he was right. I didn't argue with Keys. I'm just saying that Keys was right, but that doesn't mean his argument was. I'm not proving his argument wrong. I'm just proving that I'm different than anybody else. Now I do, like I said, I'm happy that he did. Grim did say Mr. T and stuff like that, cause he's surmising from what he sees. Because as I said, like what I told Keys before. In the video when he's on my podcast, he was like, this happened to black people and all that stuff. Like, you cannot surmise what happened to your neighborhood to the whole country. You just can't do that. It shouldn't be that. And basically, Grim is talking about, well, Grim talks about when he says Nintendo fans, he's talking to like Real Gamer 27 or Dr. Feelgood or people that the videos he sees most on the thing. Because when I look at, he was talking about the whole fuck Capcom thing. when I look at like Nintendo Switch Life, Nintendo Force, Nintendo Life, Nintendo Switch Prime, Switch Omega, like those are bigger channels. They don't talk about the whole for Capcom. So he's talking to the people he watches on that, and which I've said many times before, a small level head, all of the like small subset of people. Terminator Juice and all those guys. That's what he's talking about. There's a small subset of people he extrapolates to go big, because I can't do that. Because there are Nintendo fans I don't like either. Some of them are in those names I just list out. There's some of them in there I list out I don't like as well too. Hell, Swimel Dave and everything. Like they're people I don't like. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie on them. If I don't like you, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not in my character, and I don't do that stuff. So, with that regard, I want to point out something here though. So there's some stuff in the video with Mr. T I kind of like but don't like. But again, you're not gonna agree with everybody 40%. But let's get into what I'm doing this for. So now I wanna be honest up front and state this. As I stated again, and Triple M pointed out. No, I have not found the video, and the video because it's harder to search in Japanese and in kanji mostly than in English, of course. But if I find it, I will link you the video, Grim. Now, one of the things that I don't like, and people say is one of the things I don't like is when people are saying that how Capcom, let me see, people forget about the support Capcom gives to the 3DS. It's not like they hate Nintendo. No, they don't hate Nintendo. I don't think they hate Nintendo, but they've done some horrible business deals with Nintendo, including with Capcom 5, but I ain't gonna get into that. But they've done horrible things. They've done horrible things to Nintendo. That's one of the reasons, because he said he don't see, and I explained to Graham specifically why I say, like I said, I have no problem. I'm gonna buy Monster Hunter Stories for the 3DS. If a good game comes out, I'm gonna buy it. If it's not broken, it's not messed up, I'll buy it. I don't care what it is to a degree. If I'm interested in it, a lot of games like EA, not interested in the most of EA's games, so I'm not gonna buy a lot of the EA's games. Bethesda, not interested in it. My thing though is I hope people who buy those games, they're not broken. I might not like it, but I like other people. I want people to experience a good game, even if I don't like it. That's the difference between me and a lot of people I've seen on YouTube who be saying negative stuff. What else, SK? So with that said, I can't find the article, but not the video. But when the Switch got revealed, I'll restate this, and I'll put my purpose out there. I'll restate this. When the Switch got revealed, after the Switch reveal, they had a sit down with Famitsu and everybody else. They're gonna be everybody else with Capcom and Square and like they had a bunch of developers. And in that talk, people heard the whole thing about the whole RAM crap. Oh, the RAM helped the RAM, blah blah blah. It was Capcom that helped Nintendo develop the thing. Now, this video is mostly partaking to what Grim said. You know what? I'm a small channel. I'm not gonna get up there because I heard other big channels do this. But he said there's articles about that. Yeah, there's also articles about what. Just because they have articles doesn't mean that they don't spin the story, and the majority of people spin the story. They do, and that does irk me. Because that doesn't mean it's true. Just like how people, just like a lot of the news media report, I'm gonna go political for 1 second, but my point is, I don't like people lying. I'm not gonna lie on a person just to prove a point. That's not right. Just like how people say the whole thing about when Trump talked about the Mexicans and stuff, and they say, "Oh, he hate Mexicans. He did stuff and that." He did twist his words. The quote was, "Mexican does not send its brightest and best people to America. Some of them are rapists, killers." He didn't say all. He didn't say he didn't hate Mexicans, but people changed the words. I don't like that. Don't do that. So people heard about the words and talked about Oh yeah, the Capcom helped develop the Switch. They didn't. Again, I don't, and I told Grim specifically, you can't say that. If I'm cooking food, as if you're going to use that definition as a suggestion, it's called develop. It helped developing something. Then Triple M, SK Massive, Cherry Goblin, the people here, Mailman, all you guys are developers. All you guys help develop the Switch. Give you guys a run of plan, and you better call Nintendo and tell them you want your money. Call Nintendo and ask them for your money for giving suggestions. Game idea. Look at his many videos he got that he puts in his videos. Andre should go and get at least a couple $1 million from Nintendo for all the suggestions and stuff that he put on his video. I'm thinking, because I didn't see Andre flown over to Japan and literally worked on it. Now, my point saying that I know who told Nintendo to boost around was through my contacts of Kenji and everybody else through Nintendo. My lifts off was the people who boosted up. Now that's basically going on my word. If you don't want to go on a word, then I can't prove because we were talking to people from Nintendo. So there's nothing I could show you in that regard other than doxing myself, and I ain't doing that bullcrap for nobody. So if you don't want to take that word, okay, let's break it down. Let's break some stuff down logical first. And let's see what happened. Now, you did say one thing in the video that I do take homage to. Now, I didn't see what you said, SK Massive, but I'll say this to be homage to you. I'm not thanking Capcom for developing the Switch. Because they didn't develop the Switch, help develop the Switch. That's one. And two, just because it's popular, yes, the Switch is popular. Hooray for the Switch. I'm happy the Switch is popular. I just want games. Again, I've seen everybody talk about the Switch is selling, but they don't talk about much of the games. And now they're parsing the games them out now again, once again. As Kotaku has a video talking about ARMS, and people people talking about, oh, all they're doing is ports for the thing. Like you brought up some stuff too, which is funny. Everybody keeps on forgetting want to Switch. Why? I don't know. That's all I'm meaning as well too. Good game if you're in a party setting. If you're in a single setting, not a good game. Splatoon killed it. ARMS is doing really good. 1.8 in 1.18 in 2 weeks. That's freaking ridiculous. On one platform compared to everybody else who always say that stuff and the install base and everything. You look at you put it in perspective. Install base, one platform, and they did that well. That's something that's cool, and that's where Nintendo makes their money from. Want to Switch does well as well. So let's go within the 4. I'm gonna point some stuff out here. So let me look at my screen here and share, and bam, and let's go to not that. You know what? Let me open this up in a different spot, in a different tab. So we have that right there. And we have, let me see, is this the one with the highlights? Because I want to, nope, that's not it. Where is, come on, where's the library, people? Sorry about that. I'm trying to get, I want to get a certain, I want to see if it is it Lifetime? Let me see if it's this. Because I want to share a screen with you. No. Oh, come on. Now you're gonna act like this now. Okay, there we go. Top selling units. Okay. Okay, I found it. Just want to make sure of something. Let's see if we can put that to the side over there. You know what? I don't know, but let's see what happens. Triple M, you're right. Oh boy, you guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. So let's go into this right here, because everybody always forgetting that. So I always like, oh, there's a ports this, ports this, port that. We use Zelda Breath of the Wild as a port. Yeah, it's a port. Okay. Is a port. Mario Kart 8 is a port. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 is a port. You're right. Mario Kart 8 is a port, but 1-2-Switch isn't. ARMS is not. Those games are not ports. Splatoon 2 is a game for the Switch. That's not a port. Those games sold well, and I guarantee you made a good amount, a good chunk of change for the company. Oh wait, it did do a good chunk of change, and also remember these games did this on one platform in 4 months. Zelda 4 months, Switch 1-2-Switch 4 months, Mario Kart 3 months, ARMS 2 weeks. Let's put all things in perspective. Right? And it did make money for it. But I don't like how people forget that little number. Of course they do. So I'm gonna break down. So like I said, I can't prove the point with this stuff. But again, in that conversation, they were saying how they suggested. That's what they did. They suggested it would be cool for our to run Resident Evil, and we're gonna do are we gonna if it would be cool if you could have 2 gigabytes more of RAM. The company that the people who did say that was Monolith Soft. Okay, but if you know what, can't prove it. Let's go. I can't show you that part because I would say that's all words exchanged from learning from people talking to them. Let's go into. There's only one company. There's only one third party that really stand out and help Nintendo develop a console, and that was Factor 5. So let's go with that route. Now, Mr. T said something in the video, and I think that's I don't know if he I don't know if it was trolling or did he, because T did brought the whole Konami stuff. The Konami stuff. The Konami stuff. So the thing is that I want to point out here to make sure of this. Factor 5 is the only people who ever, as a third party subsidiary, that helped develop Nintendo's consoles. Now, what T was saying was if Capcom helped develop the Switch, then they would have put a game from the outgo. They would put something that's unique, not a port, something that tailors to that tailors to the console. That's what Mr. T was saying in this video. Now, the only company that, and you could go to a lot of Mr. T's videos, a lot of Nintendo fans videos who remember this game, because Factor 5 helped develop the GameCube. Junior Edward and his team helped develop the GameCube. The GameCube now came out in North America November 18. Just want to show it. I know the numbers, but I'm just showing it. It came out November 18th, 2001. And remember, like I said, Factor 5 helped develop the game. I mean, help develop the GameCube. Well, if Capcom was so intricate with the Switch, they would have put out let's do 2 things. One, they would have put out a game at the beginning, but if not, they would put out a game that would take complete. That will give you. They would have a super advantage of making some cool games for the Switch. You know what Factor 5 did? They did this game. And when did that launch? The same day with the GameCube. And this game has some stunning visuals, stunning sound design, and gameplay. They understand what they were doing with the GameCube because they really did help develop the GameCube. And they put out this game plus a couple more, but they put out some really good games on the system because they were intricate in developing for the system. The same thing for the game that they did at the game they did before, the first Rogue Squadron. Why? Because they're the ones who reverse engineered Nintendo 64 to make the count and sell the dev kit to other third parties, so other third parties to make games. That would be the logical reason. Capcom should be doing the exact same thing, or even if they don't do it at launch, okay, let's wait and see if all the games they've put out is said is basically imports. Then that takes exclusive, use of the hardware. They're using the HD Rumble to the HD Rumble. They're not using the IR thing. They're not using the gyroscope. So something they should be using something. If they help, if just saying RAM and all that stuff, they're integral in developing it. They didn't. But let's go with something else. Because you were talking about the business. Capcom know what they're doing with the business and making money and stuff like that. Okay, well, you know what? Let's look at Capcom's little business, shall we? Because here's the thing, though. Capcom has not been doing the best of things. They've been hemorrhaging for a while. That's why Hideki walked away. That's why a lot of their developers walked away. They feel Capcom is doing some crazy stuff. And developers the team, because I forget, NC Creates walked away too, cause they're like, oh hell, we get before the house of cards fall down. Capcom has not been doing grand, okay? They really haven't. Yeah, Kenji Inafune, but he was kind of in a weird way, triple. But yeah, he's not there too. So if I have to be honest, yeah, he's not there. So let's go to Capcom's IR stuff. Now, before that, let me just go over again. Let's go over something again. I want to prove something to people because people. If you want to get information, see, like I say, Grim says he's not into sales, and I'm with that. And this is not even to Grim per se. Also, this is to other people who talk about that business stuff and they ain't really into it. But the proof is in there. But let's go to something here. I guess I'm on Nintendo's page. You saw that, whatever. Let's go to here. What you just saw pop up for Capcom is the same thing here for Nintendo, and I pointed this out before. All right, I pointed this out before, but I want to be specific in certain things. So, everybody's always talking about the Nintendo's doom and gloom. And again, to a degree, I already said this already. If Nintendo fails, I like them. I'd rather they fail doing what they do. I would never understand the whole thing of Nintendo needs to be the same as Xbox and PlayStation. That all makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. How does that work? But let me show you what's going on, because people don't need to understand this. So let's look at this right here, this nice little graph right here. All right. So the red is net sales for Nintendo. All right. This right here is Nintendo's profits. Okay. Now, here's the thing that people always say. This is, you see, 2013 up to now. Well, okay. Up to basically up till next year. That's what this right here is what they're trying to forecast. And so far, we'll see how that works out. So I'm just helping you with the forecast. All right. See, when you have a lot of money in the bank like they do, like now they have $14 billion US in the bank. If you even if you were doing bad, as you can see here, and it did, I'm not going to deny it, but this happened because they were upsetting the loss from doing all the stuff for the Wii U and everything. And you can see they barely made 2015, 16. They made it back. They went back down. And right here, and they made it back up to here, which is this right now is what's going on right now. This right here in 2016 is mostly there to set up for when they're gonna do, you call it, sorry, when they're getting ready for this. As I said in the other video, they're getting ready for the Switch to launch, doing commercials, doing all the other stuff they need to do. Now, if you keep your operation costs lower than your operation profits, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be cool, and that's what they've been doing, as you can see here. But then it flipped right here in 2016. Okay, it flipped. They do because they had to ramp up for the Switch. That's what you're supposed to do, and it took, and that's where they made the negative right there. I'm pointing this out. This is again from 2013, and this the 18 is a forecast. All right, and so far, as I showed you, they said they're not changing their forecast because everything is looking good. Let's hope it goes that way. I already showed you what I'm going to show you is the first month, the first quarter thing, but you know that's where it goes right there. So, but the net sales have not been. Look, if their forecast with the Switch going to be that good, and this was with the Wii U and 3DS, not really that bad off of when it started right there. So they didn't drop as bad as everybody was dooming and glooming them as. But people do that. And my point is, again, you don't need to. You don't need to that. Now these are all IR page stuff. I got more. My stuff is a little more detailed, which I'm going to show you. So now that's just to point out when people always say that stuff Nintendo was bad in 2013, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, and you can see that you can look at it. You see the charts going up and down. And you show that if you keep your operation costs lower than that, then you can still make money. But people don't understand that. If you got to keep your operational costs more less than a situation right there. Now they're gonna go on up because they have Switch. They got to reproduce, which is a problem right now because of the whole thing with Apple and everything. But hopefully they get that under control. They're doing all these commercials and stuff. That's where you're seeing that and everything. But that's what we're supposed to do. But again, the profit is way up there. Their cost is way down here. They're hoping that it doesn't drop off. But they're going for it if they want to see that. So I don't want to bore you with real too financial talk and explain stuff in. So let me go with this. So let's go with Capcom, who's been, as people say, doing spectacular. Let's look at Capcom's 3 months. Well, I could look at Capcom's last couple of years, but let's look at Capcom's 3 months. Right? They had to consolidate and do some stuff because of this. Now, this is, again, I don't want nobody say that this is, oh, I made this up or whatever, because I don't want to do that crap. I want to highlight so I can come back to that spot. Ready? Let me see. Can't do it here. Okay. All right. So I want to scroll up to show you. This is Capcom. I'm just making sure you see it. July 28, 2017. This is Capcom. Hell, if you wanna, just call them. Anyway, so let's look at this. Let's look what they say. They're saying to their people. Come on, mouse, do not act up now. Okay. Now, as they're talking about their business. Oh, come on. Okay, so overview of consolidating financial position for the quarter under review. All right. Total assets at the end of the first quarter decreased by 11.13 million yen from the end of the previous year of 107 million yen. Primary increase of 4.4 million yen at work in process for game software. Primary decrease was from 15.436 million yen. Note account receivable after trade. Liabilities, that's also decreased, which is a good thing for Capcom because they're consolidating a lot of their stuff. That's good. Bring it down. They've been doing it for the last 10 years, but that's good. Bring it down. I'm not going to argue with that. But the assets first, let's talk about this though. Net assets at the end of the year decreased 4.4 million yen from the previous fiscal year of 7 net. The assets went down. Now the parent and Capcom doing the same thing as Nintendo with the whole. They have like, if you like, I can show the rest. I mean, really, like, they have like this. They have like what they kind of say up here, which is, where is it? The other business. They're putting in they have music equity business, which is companies launching Phoenix Wright attorney. There you go. The Palinko machines, and if you go further down, which I was. And so they show you all that arcade stuff. They launch a lot more arcade stuff and the Plinko sheets and everything else. But again, Capcom is doing this, has the same problem as Sony, and it's not a problem. It's the same thing. Sony, Nintendo, a lot of companies have to go through with their foreign exchange rate. All right, that's what it is. That they have to go through. Their dividends has gone down because of how things are for them. And basically, in this report, Capcom lost $2 million in the first 3 months. That's what they lost. US, sorry, I gotta keep on saying it. $2 million US. That's what they lost. So let's go to, again, what you can see right there, Nintendo. Stay still. Nintendo, this is Nintendo's stuff now. Doing extra resources cheating, Liger. Yeah, Melvin, I know, right? So let's go with Nintendo now. All right. As only thing that Nintendo in the same thing I'm doing the report saying the same thing as with Capcom saying. The only thing that was bad, which I pointed out, was right here. Let me highlight for people to say. They're talking about this game right here. Well, not the game. No, because I told you about the game. They were talking about how it's been popular, and I gave you the numbers for that because I could go beyond that because I'm a contractor. But has been a popular title. Hardware sale for the sales, 0.15 million units, a 1% increase on a year-by-year basis. The 2DS XL wasn't launched yet, but only one thing. And software sales were 5.85 million units. 31% decrease on a year-by-year basis. That's a negative that Nintendo pointed out. That's the true information. You get that. But this is short. But we go down here in the background. We had an operating profit of 16.2 billion, but ordinary profit of 30.9 billion against the net sale again. And also, again, the exchange worked also in Nintendo's favor and against Nintendo's favor. That's just like I said with Capcom and Sony, the same thing too. So profitable attribution to owner's parent income was 21.2 billion. Yeah. And as I said before, so Capcom, and to make it easy for you, Capcom lost $2 million in the 3 months. Okay. $2 million in 3 months. 3 months. Nintendo made $190. That was straight profit. $190 million profit if you exchange it again over to US dollars, and made 1.4 billion with a B in revenue. That's the difference, people. That's something I wish people, if you want to know that. Even right here, where it's Nintendo Switch is sort of Steam, digital sales for 1% over year-to-year basis. 11 billion yet in digital sales. If you want that in US dollars, $98 million. $98 million in US. Nintendo made with digital games and the downloadable content in the 3 months. That's what they did. business wise, they know what they're doing. And all this information, well, like I say, except for some of the stuff that I could get, like the sales of like the sales of we call it of Fire Emblem Echoes and the other small sales, like I told you about the Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart stuff like Mario Kart. No, New Super Mario Brothers DS and Mario Kart 7 and stuff like that. That's in information that I have privy to in that regard. Hopefully, right now, hey, like I said, they're talking, and you can see right here the forecast of having all this stuff right here. Splatoon 2 being released, Hey Pikmin, all this stuff. Like, this is where I get my information from when I talk about my financial stuff. If I gotta be talking about stuff like that, that's just me. Yeah, joke SK Massive. He said, "Boy, like, that's not right. My Nintendo news have real information, not this crap." Again, you can go to Nintendo IR page. I'll put a link in many times for all those people. It is for them, but you know what? It's up to y'all. But I'll say this, like I said, just to finish it up, to finish this thing up quick as possible. Like I said, Capcom, like I said, if Grim did this as a joke or to troll people, hey, I bit. I did bit. I'm not gonna deny it. I did bit. But Capcom ain't helped develop no damn Switch. All right? They didn't. If they did, I want to see Capcom do a Road Squadron like game in the first year. If they ain't, whatever. And I will say this before I got 3 minutes, and I see the chat there, so I'm gonna talk to my chat people for a second. I have to say, and SK Massive knows this. That Mario Rabbids is on the docket now. I'm not gonna say I know it was on the docket, but I'm more and more recall everybody. I'm seeing so many people trying to beat this game on YouTube who got it early and shared it and all that stuff, and they are getting their ass handed to them. They are getting their ass handed to them, literally. This game, they're saying this game is not easy, and oh my god, and I'm seeing people playing, and it looks like it's gonna be tough, like how I was like with Codename Steam. Like I looked at Codename Steam, and Codename Steam playing on the hard mode is very difficult. It is very difficult, and hopefully I'm playing it on normal mode, but I would say hard mode. But Rabbit's game looked good. Fire Emblem Warriors is shaping up even to look a little better. So for me, as I said before, I'm not hyperbole nothing. If Nintendo's first year, but by March, in the first year, hell, not even the first year, the first 6 months, not 6 hours, I'm sorry, first 9 months. Let me see. You want to see a sequel to Resident Evil Revelation sequel on the Switch? If that Triple M asks if I would like to see. Look, I would like them to do something that's close like RE4, like using the whole what do you call it? Using the uniqueness of the Switch. If they they gotta prove that to me, if they, as they say, develop the thing, which they didn't. But that I have no problem. Look, I'm not gonna buy. I'm gonna tell you this truth. I'll be honest, anybody here, because I know, like Grim and certain people like to say, I like things, as I said it before. I buy things that's interesting to me. That's just it. I'm not doing this whole whatever. I bought 1-2 Switch. I bought Mario Kart. SK, you're a clown now. I'm a YouTube. I ain't got time to read. I got 1-2 Switch. I got Mario Kart. I got Splatoon. I got ARMS. I got Zelda Breath of the Wild. I also got Blastmaster Zero. I got other games that's indies. I have Wonder Boy. I have all kind of stuff. Like, I don't care for this stuff, and that's like, and if you even get to the point of listening this far, Graham, like I said, there's a video I'm gonna try to put up tonight if I have the power, which you guys could check out, showing a little bit of my collection. I buy third-party games. You give me good games, and you don't bullshit me. One, don't lie to me. Two, because don't lie, just don't lie to me and insult my intelligence. And two, if you give me, I don't care for the whole 60 frames per second, whatever. I'm not that person. The number one thing I looking for video games is fun. Fun. If it ain't fun to me, I don't care for it. I don't care for it. It has to be fun, one, and two, it has to have quality. And then if you got those two things, if you have those two things, then you know what? I'm gonna buy you got my head in the door looking around like, something's cool in the shop. That's what I'm looking for when I'm buying my games and stuff like that. Other than that, I'm not into it. So if Sonic Forces come on and it's interesting enough, and it's going at 60 frames per second, and it drops to 20 frames per second sometimes, because I know they didn't optimize the game. I say optimize. I know you have a hookup with the whole, this is stuff going on with the gaming now, but I'm just saying with optimize for the game. I'll buy it. And you say you don't care, and that's the same to me. I don't care. If Dragon Ball Z Fighters comes out and it's running 60 frames per second, I don't care. I got games that's 50. I got games that's 30. I got games that's 60. That thing. I like good game. That's the whole point. But let me see. Terrell says the thing about it is when Nintendo teams up with other companies and produce games outside their respective genres, you think people would be happy about that, but no, they come up with no one to ask. Again, the thing that you're right. Because people always say this stupid stuff like Nintendo don't cope with no IPs. Every generation, Nintendo comes up with new IPs. Every single one. Nintendo never rests on. They're tired of Nintendo rests on their morals, but they never rest on not having new IPs. Every single generation, Nintendo comes up with a new IP. Majority of them turn into franchise that we love to this day. Like the last one was Splatoon. Let's hope ARMS is selling very good right now. I'm hoping ARMS 2 is coming. Mario Battle Kingdom. Hey, I hope Mario Battle Kingdom 2 will be coming if he sells good. If he don't sell good, I understand, but I'm not hung up on stuff like that. I look at the game. It looks interesting. It looks fun. It's like a Codenames theme. It looks like a Codenames theme, Fire Emblem, Advanced Warfare to me. I'm picking it up. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't play Musou games a lot, but I pick up Hyrule Warriors, and I enjoy it. Some pick up Fire Emblem. So that's just what it is. So that's why I did it. So let me see who else. Let me see. Triple M Axel. Let's see. Well, I'll be comparing my question to Road Squadron on the GameCube because it is a sequel to the 64. It came out on the GameCube's first year. Well, no, that's why I'm using the same thing too, because again, they're the ones, and Triple M heard the audio with Julian Engberg talked about it. They're the ones who reverse engineered the 64 to work, so they know the intricacies of it, and then that's why they did the game then. And then of course Nintendo helped them and tell them, hey, that's why we did that thing. That's why we helped develop the thing. And in that same video, Julian Egbert said they're the only company that's ever worked that Nintendo let them in to develop a console. So that's all I'm saying in that regard. Let's see what I would have, what I wouldn't give for Advance War. I'm hoping Wargroove scratches that itch. Technically speaking, the guy who made the game said he basically made Vivid Rabbits. Everybody's comparing it to XCOM. and it has the thing right there. Let's talk about it. But most people was how do you call it? But according to the guy, he said it was Advanced Warfare, Advanced Wars, and Fire Emblem. So I think if it's not your, if you don't like those kind of games, Choel, Trinell 83. Then I can't, like I said, I like other Nintendo people like OJ or anybody else or Super Mario Dave, whatever. I don't tell you gotta buy this game. I would say for one game, and I'm saving that video. But other than that one game, nah, you buy what you want. It's your money. I've said that all the time. So you guys go ahead and do that. But that he said that he is Advanced Warfare and Fire Emblem was Advanced Warfare. I keep up because I'm on Call of Duty. Huck it. Advanced Wars and that game is the reason why they bought. Is why he had a good concept to make Mario's Mario and the Rabbids Battle Kingdom. Thoughts on the Mario and Rabbids Opera trailer? Funny. It's funny as hell. I mean, they did what it. I mean, I like the Raven. I know a lot of people don't like them. I like the Raven Rabbids. No, I'll be honest. I like the Raven Rabbids 1 and 2 because I enjoy those. But it was funny, and I like how that the music the music player is the one singing the opera underneath the fat guy. I can't wait to see what it did with Bowser or Bowser Jr. and all that stuff, because they had to mess with Bowser. If Mario's in it, the rabbits had to do something to Bowser. So I want to see what's going on with that. In that thought, Uncharted DLC. Oh, Melman, why are you trolling like that, man? Let's see, Dr. Fred. Hey, Free Project, you close to the video I'm gonna do. You trust me, when you see it, you'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, y'all are too funny. But I think I already hit the peak and stuff in that regard. Again, and as funny as SK cracked his joke, yes. And the rest of y'all, yes, I'm cheating because I use real do real research live. Really, I didn't that Advanced War influenced Kingdom Battle. Now I'm interested in kind of things that guy was. That guy has taste. I will see if I can find. I doubt I'll find it that quick, but let me see if I remember. I remember. I'll see if I can find an article for you. Where was it? I'll see if I can find an article for you right now before I finish up. Currently. See, add. Let's see, because I know I clicked on it, but I think it was on my phone, and I don't know how that works. How that works like that. Let's see here. As bad as oh, who does as you guys crack the jokes and say, yeah, we like you do real, you're cheating, man. You're doing real research. Let me see. Oh, Prime 4 better. Yeah, well, Terrell, like I said, you guys trust me. My video is gonna be coming up about that. Okay, y'all already don't preempt my video. All right, Ken, you're being a bad troll. That's a bad joke and a bad troll. Anyway, let me share this thing. So here you go. Trinell 2883. This is they were doing this at US Gamer. This is US Gamer right here, and it's basically right about here, as you can see. So let me see. Can I ask them questions? Let's say, which was where despite in the men. See, like the next thing too is people need to understand that how Nintendo makes sure that their stuff is, because Nintendo sent a team over to help the guy develop the game too. I don't get people don't understand that as well too. But anyway, which Nintendo was weird because having mandate to surprise Nintendo. Hey, you need to surprise me on and on was apparently the order as they received from Nintendo. Now, Mario Company already had a few Nintendo SRG examples from Fire Emblem Advance Wars. We have a lot of inspirations. We knew about Advance Wars and about Fire Emblem. So the crossover with Ray Rabbids and Mario was pushing the limits, and it could be SR. It could be SRPG. So and then you can read more about it. Like I said, they talked about how it's as well down here as well with Advanced Warfare as well, Trinity. But US Gamer you should be able to put in that issue come up, and they talked about how those games help them figure out how to do this game right here. So hopefully that scratches your itch, my friend, or at least pique your intrigue. So they have. So if you want, so you can go ahead and read that out. But like I said, it for me. It looked like it's a quality game. I have not seen nobody say there's hiccups, any major problems on it. I've seen people say that it looks like it's doing too much with the saturation of the color, and that's the most negative I've seen. And also, if you're trying to do two-play, you got to use the Switch, the Joy-Con sideways. It can be done, but it says a little harder. And I could see that. But everything else, they said that this game is fun. This game is you are not going. This ain't no kiddie game. It has the kiddie aesthetics, but the boxing gloves. Man, they put on the kitty gloves, man. They put on some freaking Muhammad Ali they everybody I've seen. I mean, you can go to US Gamers, you just saw it there and look at the footage. You go to Game Informer, Game Radar, IGN, GameSpot. All those guys said this is a tough game. Now, caveat, and I'll have to do this caveat before I finish. Caveat. We already know a lot of these journalists cannot play games, but I at least saw the video, and it does. They did get caught off guard. At least some videos where people like, oh man, I would, even if I was playing, I would like, oh wow, yeah, oh wow, I didn't know he could reach from that far. Damn, and he beat up a Luigi. Damn it. So like they have those things. So in that regard, I'll put a caveat that these someone because remember they couldn't play Star Fox Zero in invisibility mode or Codename Steam too, but that was Polygon, which I don't really go to them that much. Sound like a Zack and Wiki, or it looks cute, but some of those later levels are head scratches. I'm down, and it's not all that because they also they say that they had some puzzles and stuff in the game in the overworlds that you got to do too. So it's pretty cool. And yes, Doc, I saw your video. I saw a piece of it. I didn't see all of it because you launched it just before I came live. So it is what it is in that regard. I'll comment on you on that. And basically, that I'm gonna send you a picture right now after this, because I wanted to show the point where you were talking about. Now, why you guys like to troll? A tough game for GameSpot. Clearly, you're joking. Ha ha ha, Millement. I'm gonna send you a thing again. I don't know what happened. Maybe my game got different or something, but I'm gonna share the level of my Splatoon, and you know I play Splatoon 1 with you, so I'll let you know about that. You see, I heard that the later worlds have to do a lot more with content, a lot more content to go on than the earlier worlds in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I saw the earlier worlds where they have to use the ghosts, the boos. The boos are basically not that the boos become a third faction, which is I think I know where Nintendo and the guys are going with this. I think I know it's a third faction because at the beginning when they got introduced, if you see the videos, you can check on YouTube if you want to get spoiled, whatever. The boos don't they're not on the side of the rabbits, but they're not on the side of you. So they would attack the rabbits and they would attack you just as well too. So they're a third faction, and I think I know where they're going with this if I have to guess. So, but again, I'm cool. I'm gonna buy the game. I have many games I gotta go still pick up, of course, and I'm ready to enjoy this. But again, the first year though, this year, I already done surpassed my $1,000 mark, and this is August. I already done surpassed my $1,000 mark of video games I've bought this year already alone. Now I know a lot of people who listen to me are not as fortunate as me to have that. Have money to have the fortunes of me, but again, if you know these games, if you can't buy right now, you could buy next year or when the price goes down. Me, as I prove, I like to look at. I like to give companies who deserve it, even third parties, and which is going to be in the video. I'm hopefully I'm gonna download it and then just upload it, and it should be up to tonight. The other video I'm talking about, so you guys could check it out. Even third parties, if you give me a good game. I like other people. I know people say I'll wait until I don't want to pay $60 for it. I would pay $60. I'm fortunate to have the money. I would pay $60 because I know how hard it is to work on some of these games. Being myself as well, developing some games myself, it's hard, and I want to give people the just amount of money for what they've done. So that's why I double dip for a lot of Nintendo games. Hell, I double dip for NC Create because they've done some good stuff. Speaking of that, ain't the Shovel Knight thing is if the Shovel Knight's supposed to be free sometime now, so I'm not gonna check my Switch. I gotta check to see if the Shovel Knight DLCs for Blastmaster is not on thing, because that'll be cool too. I gotta pick that up. Like I have no problem double dipping for those guys at all. Galaxy Trail, stuff like that, yeah. It came out today. Okay, Sprite. Well, I'm gonna download Shovel Knights for the Blastmaster. Free DLC. Oh man, loving it. I just realized something. If the first year goes as planned with release dates, this could be one of the most divisive lineup in any console for the first. Oh hell yeah, it is. That's why I said if the first year would be March of next year, but for the first 9 months, nobody could touch this. No console I've seen touch this. They're not gonna touch this. So far, they're already not gonna have a pop. You have couple sequels to new franchises. You have a new franchise, two franchises that's going. That's two new IPs that just popped up, and you have games that are very quality games. Diverse, say like they have diverse, sir. A diverse library, sir, if that's what you want me to say, sir. But no, they have. I mean, you have racing, you have strategy RPG, you have hack and slash beat 'em up, you have a open world adventure game, you have a platformer, you have a motion fighter, you have a shooter, and then you have another RPG with Xenoblade when it comes out. I mean, damn. Plus all the indie games that's on there. Are you kidding me? The Switch knocked it out of the park. I'll to anybody out there, if the Switch right now, and this is me, I don't know how you guys feel. Maybe you guys could tell me this before I'm done. And I'm saying it for a long while. I gotta say that because I gotta freaking go sleep. If the Switch right now, say that Nintendo something happened and Nintendo can't make no more Switches, no more, and Nintendo fails and stop making games next year, it could happen. And if it does, for me, I feel sad, whatever. If the game, I know it's something about the third sprite. That's what I remember. But if the game, if that happens, I have enough games on my Switch and the games that's coming out this year, if they all come out, that I'll be happy, because I can tell you by the end of this year, I might have about 20 games already for the Switch. At least 20 games for the Switch, because again, let me see, 6, 1 to Switch, Zelda, Mario Kart, ARMS, Splatoon, Blastmaster, Wonder Boy, Mark of the Wolves, Alpha Mission. I forgot the other shoot 'em up. Sprite knows I'm talking about it. He showed me that I bought. Chemical. That's 11. I'm already up to like freaking Chemical, and then what else? Chemical. Oh yeah, World Perfect. I already got 13 games. Blazing Star. Okay, thank you, Sprite. Blazing Star. Look at that. Santiago 316. I already have 22 games. Yeah, I have a problem. No, you don't have a problem. You buy games. I already have 13 games, so I know for sure I'm a sub. And I got what we have what? You know, Mario. I mean, are you kidding me? That was it. The Switch stopped. If they can't make the Switch no more, and Nintendo stop making games starting in January 1st, I am happy with my Switch because I have gotten a lot of games to play. That's my point. So I buy games. I don't know what other people be arguing about it. Again, you can argue with me all you want, but I know Nintendo's failing. I just proved you Nintendo ain't failing. But if you want to put that in your head, go right ahead. You sleep tight with that, with your lies, and I'll sleep tight knowing that that the company is doing well. But even if the company is doing well, I know about it. As I have tons and tons of games. We got NBA. I mean, yeah, you have that. Those are not my personal looks into Melamik. You say NBA 2K and WA2 and WWE 2K. I have fought the last wrestling game that I love was No Mercy, and then I've not watched wrestling that much. I'm more of like Santiago has right there. I'm more of the Attitude Era with Stone Cold, Rock, Generation X, stuff like that, or NWO kind of stuff like that. That's why I love wrestling. And NBA is not my thing, but for the people who like it, they're gonna have it, and they're gonna have that. They're gonna have, in the game that everybody's talking about, Elder Scrolls and stuff like that, or FIFA 2018. Yeah. Time out. I'm getting WWE. Haven't played wrestling in a good while. Hey, go ahead again. See, that's the difference for me. It's not my cup of tea, but I have no problem having the diversity Triple M or that diverse library that people could enjoy the games on the console they buy. I want, see the thing about this, I want this kind of stuff on the Xbox and the PlayStation as well too. I don't get people think just because I'm a Nintendo fan, I hate Microsoft for Sony. No, I don't. I want those companies to have the same diverse library too. They have a lot of third parties that's mostly shooters and stuff like that. But hey, if that's what it is. But I don't get it that you still never will make me feel like we need 3 consoles that have the same amount of library. That's to me stupid. I love exclusives. Exclusives change up things, and they're better quality in most cases. Sorry, Sony and Microsoft have not been doing that, but in most cases, that's what it is. I like exclusive. I have no problem with buying that. Oh yeah, Sonic Mania. Shit. Thank you, Santiago 316. How about Sonic Mania? There you go. I mean, shit, I got games. I don't care what anybody says. I got games. Y'all don't got games to buy? That's your problem. That's your problem. And the thing about it is too, at the end of the year, I'm looking at a PlayStation 4 because I have at least 9 games that I'm looking forward to get on a PlayStation 4. I'm getting a PlayStation 4 Slim or used. The same thing you people could do if you don't, well, you can't do it with Switch because Switch is selling like crazy. But for like a Wii U, get some new used Wii U and get some games that you never played before. Nobody see have to buy these consoles day one. Xenoverse 2, and there you go. I mean, again, there's a lot of games coming out, people, but that's all I'm stating, man. Good games. You give me good games, I'm gonna buy. All right. Again, in my house, I have over 500 games from the NES up to the Wii U. Well, up to the Switch now, up to the Switch. Dreamcast game, NES games, Super Nintendo games, PlayStation 1 game. Sadly I did give away my PlayStation 2 to somebody else, but I was going to that certain time or whatever. Now you are asked, yeah, Yao. You're supposed to be buying the game for the wrong things. You're supposed to buy it for features. I can't wait. Etrian Odyssey 5, Metroid Return of Samus. Of course, all those are 3DS. Like I said, I know I surpassed my $1,000 mark already for games this year. I always get at least 1,000 and above every year when buying games from since 2014 and whatever. From not 2014, from 2010 and up. Like I buy games. That's how I is. When you see my Wii selection, and again, part of that is my sister's because she buy unique games like Zatch Bell and Naruto and Clash of the Clan. Like I played it with her, but I didn't buy that. That's her stuff. But you'll see a collection there. It's a lot of games, and that's just physical. We got a lot of WiiWare games that's on our Wii. So I can't wait for long. I only purchase broken incomplete games for horrible DC practices. You guys are all assholes. I'm getting Sonic Forces as well. If it stays at 30 frames per second, if it costs colors was fine and generation also was 30 frames per second. I want to see what's more with it. I'm interested, but I'm not there yet. For Sonic Forces, interested, but not there yet. Not there yet at all. But again, you know. Why did you did that? Why did you did that, man? Freaking can't wait for Blue Ball Senra Kagura. Yeah, I know what it is. For me, if I need to see what the story is. If the story is like Deep Crimson, I will get it. If the story is like the PlayStation version that I have for the Vita or not, the Versus, I don't want it. I do not want it. I want me story. I want me a good story to make me go with the battle system. That is just no. No. We need a beach / port. Well, no, we don't either. Anyway, it's going for 8:30. It's been a long podcast. It's supposed to be quiet as usual, so quick, but of course, nope. You guys came in and y'all contributed to make this crazier than usual, as usual. That's one thing about the podcast I like doing is like I start off and it starts off with like maybe just one thing, whatever, and then it jumps up to like 20, 30, then down to 14 and up to like 20. Like it goes back and forth. And I thank everybody for watching. So shout outs to everybody in the chat. Basically, you know, I was gonna do this because you guys make the channel cool. So shout out to Cherry and Goblin, of course, Triple M, SK Massive, Trinell 2083, Metal Mint for being crazy it is, Yao, Santiago 316, Winston 20. I've been seeing you putting out some what do you call it? Some Splatoon on that, man, Winston 20. Hopefully I could get like you guys anyway. Of course, Dr. The good doctor, of course, Dr. Feelgood, J11, Sprite Remix, Timeout Corner, Footy Puncher. Like I said, I already said Santiago 316. Thank you guys out there. Like I said, we got a bunch of games coming out. People enjoy your games. Like I said, for those who just joined in, you can go back to the past and watch the video. But even though I'm not a big channel, I'll say this again. Y'all know the reason. Capcom ain't helped develop no damn Switch. 1, 2, business wise, they're not doing as great as it should be. I hope that I don't want Capcom to go to place. Gotta have freaking good ass IPs. Mega Man. Yeah, Mega Man, Final Fight, Street Fighter, stuff like that. Like I don't want him to go nowhere. I want him to do great. I don't want no company to fail. Right now, Mass Effect Andromeda is just kind of messed up. It's Mass Effect. The BioWare team has now got involved into EA. I hope this is not the end for them, because those people. That's the same thing happened to Maxis and Bullfrog and all those other developers. They got involved in EA, and the next thing you know, what happened? They're freaking gone. They laid off and they're gone. Yep, you're right. Yeah, good IPs and they don't use it. So that's what I want it is. Oh, I ain't say they don't deserve to fail. I just say don't do stupid shit, Triple M. You know what I mean by that. So I don't want people to fail and lose their jobs. But if you do dumb shit, I mean, I'm gaming Darwin is the same thing too. Just like the lady who died at the St. Martin Airport. Hey, if you want to get behind an airplane that's taking off, a jet, and you go head first into a concrete barrier, hey, you were dumb enough to do that. You died. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry that your family lost you, but I don't feel sorry for you. You did something stupid. So if EA and all those companies want to do stupid stuff, Capcom want to do stupid stuff, go right ahead. That's it. I can't say nothing. And again, let me point this out to other people. I don't care that EA is selling you exclusive smoke for Need for Speed, even though I used to work on the games. I don't care that. I only point it out because they have the balls to do it, because gamers who on YouTube who say, "Oh, we don't want DLC, bad DLC practices. We ain't gonna pre-order all that stuff like that." Blah blah blah. Okay, all right, yeah. No, but they're the same people who charge you gas for virtual gas for Need for Speed No Limit. They're the same people in 1 year that made almost $1 billion of straight profits of DLC. They didn't make it off their game. They made it off of their, which is messed up. They didn't make it off the game. They made it off of DLC and season pass and all that stuff. That's fucked up. So you know what? Here's what it is. But other than that, y'all know the saying. There's no perfect game out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, even PC. Have a good night. And tomorrow I might have I'll have a special podcast again. So you know, this will just put up whatever, but we'll see how that works out. That people, peace out. And no, Senor Kago is not perfect. Get your damn body pillow, you little freak.